Hello, and welcome to this demonstration of the CoolSpools functionality that is needed to split a spooled file into multiple output PDF documents. The command to convert a spool file to PDF is CVTSPLPDF. And not only does this allow you to convert a spool file to PDF, it also allows you to split a single multi-page spool file into multiple output PDF documents based on a change of a value on the page, such as an order number, a team, or an employee ID. And that's what we'll be looking at in this video, using payslips as an example. This simple CL program is overriding a spool file named payslip to a particular output queue and user data value before calling an RPG program that generates the payslip spool file. And finally, the override on the payslip printer file is deleted. Traditionally, the spool file might then have been sent to a printer loaded with pre-printed stationery. But now we can see how CoolSpools can be used to modernize that process. By adding the convert spool PDF command to our CL program, we can convert from the spool file named payslip that was the last or most recent generated by the current job, so that's the spool file that was just created by the RPG program call above. We're going to convert the entire spool file to a PDF document named payslips.pdf in the folder /home/demo, and if we find a document with that name already in that location, we'll replace it. And finally, we were specifying that the size of the PDF page should be derived from the attributes of the spool file. This parameter is optional, and if we don't specify it, then the page size is derived from regional settings, so typically an A4 document. After calling this program, we can see that a 6-page spool file has been generated named payslip, and if we display the spool file, we can see that it contains employee information in the form of payslips. On our IFS, a PDF document has been generated, and again this contains 6 pages. Each page contains a payslip with information directly from the spool file. Now let's take it a step further and enhance our output PDF document by overlaying a form in the form of a JPEG image file. The parameter inclFile allows you to add a file such as a JPEG image and overlay it onto the page. So our converted PDF document now includes additional text, boxes, and a logo image that have all come from the JPEG image. So this is allowing us to replicate what we would have done previously with pre-printed stationery. And now we come to the splitting of the spool file into multiple PDF documents. This involves 2 sets of parameters. First, we use the exit pugum *var parameter to define some variables that contain information taken from within the spool file itself. This will allow us to differentiate between the different output documents. In this case, we're creating a variable named last name from every page on line 10, column 15 for 30 characters, and another variable named first name on line 11, column 15 for 30 characters, and finally a period number which is on line 11 in column 55 for 7 characters. We'll look at how to reference those variables in a moment, but first let's look at how we split the spool file into multiple output documents. The parameter split *POS tells CoolSpools to split the spool file every time the data in a particular position on the page changes. In this case, we want to check the data on line 13, column 15 for 7 characters, which is the location of the employee number on the spool file. So whenever the employee number is not equal to the previous page, a new PDF document will be created. Now, to ensure that each PDF document doesn't overwrite the previous one, we need to include the variables that we created earlier in our output PDF file name. In this case, we're including the period number in the file path, and you'll notice the triangular brackets and colons which delimit a variable. And then last name and first name are included in the PDF document name. So, by using a combination of the split parameters and the variables, we can generate a separate identifiable PDF document for each employee. If we return to our IFS and drill down into the folder which has the period number as the name, we can see that a separate PDF document has been created for each employee with the first name and last name included in the file name. So, our 6-page spool file has been split to 6 separate payslip documents, suitable for distribution to our employees. And that's where we come to the email parameters of the CoolSpools command. The parameter email *yes tells CoolSpools to send the converted document as an email attachment. The email opt parameter allows you to specify such things as the email subject line, and the email to and email from parameters allow you to specify the sender and recipient email addresses. In this case, we're using a special value for email to, *email file, which indicates that we want to look up the email address in a database table. The email file parameter specifies that the table employee will be used for the lookup. The field named email contains the email address, and the condition employee ID is equal to a variable named employee ID will be used to identify the appropriate record. If we return to our variable definitions, you can see that we're still defining the last name, first name and period, but we've also added an additional variable named employee ID at this position on the page. As a result, while CoolSpools will still be generating a copy of the PDF document on our IFS, it will also be sending a copy as an email attachment to the email address associated with each employee. After calling the updated version of the program, we can look at the CoolSpools email logs and see that an email has been sent to each of the employees. These email logs can be accessed using command work smtp message and display the sender, recipient and subject of the emails. And should you need to investigate any delivery issues, you can even see the SMTP log of the transaction between the IBM iServer and the remote mail server. So, in summary, we've converted our spool file containing multiple payslips, overlaying an image in the PDF and splitting them to multiple documents, emailing a copy as an attachment to each employee, and we've achieved all of this by adding a single command to our CL program. There are corresponding commands to convert a spool file to Excel or to XML, and there are similar commands to convert directly from your database tables, from Query 400 queries, or from SQL select statements to output file formats such as Excel and XML. I hope that this video has been useful. You can find more information about the Convert Spool PDF command and the rest of the CoolSpools application at our website www.coolspools.com.